Somehow I made it. Somehow I made it through it all. God brought me through.
Somehow I made it. Somehow, Lord, I made it. And through it all, my God He brought me through.
Somehow I made it. Somehow I made it through it all. God He brought me through.
Somehow I made it. Somehow through it all, He brought me through.
And turn it over to Sister Rose. Let's give her a hearty amen as she comes.
God is good, isn't He? Couldn't trade Him for nothing in the world. Yes. It's good to be here tonight to worship, to lift up His name. He didn't have to bless us to be here, but He did, and I'm thankful for all that He has done and continues to do. This message tonight is, when I was working on it, I thought, I don't think people get it. I really don't think they get it. You know why they don't get it? Because every person that is born in this world, every person, is born very selfish. That's why everybody has it. Should you? You can't control how you're born, but you sure can get to God and get it fixed. And I thought about this. My mind went deep into this message, and it so speaks to so many things that people seem to just kind of push over their head and don't think about it, don't worry about it. You need to think about whether you're measuring up or not. Or am I just going through the motion? Am I measuring up to what the word say I should be as a Christian? Listen to this. He said, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. But whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? I want to preach to you a little while. You know what? Everybody wants to gain something. If you invest money, you want a return. If you work on your job, you want a check. Everybody wants to gain. If you work out, you want to lose weight. If you're going through different stages in your life, you're doing it, but you're looking for a return. It is amazing to me how many of the people of God sit on the pew, hear nothing but the truth, and still never change. The truth is they don't want to change. The truth is I'm about me and nobody else. They make more decisions based upon what they want to do, not what God says do. This is about me. It's about taking care of me first. That never works in the kingdom. Do you get it when he says, if you come after me, you got to first do this. You got to deny yourself or you don't have anything. You can't get anything without self-denial. And I'm telling you, 99% of the people are about themselves. Let us prefer our brother before our sister. That's not happening. You know why it's not happening? Because there's no love. Love causes it to happen. Love says, I must do this. Oh, did you have another plan? Yeah, I had a plan, but I ain't going to do that until I do this. That's where it goes. I will do this when I do this. And when I do this, that means I denied myself over here of something that I could have done for me, but I'm not going to do that. We had a meeting here last night. You would think somebody in this church would catch hold to that and say, you know what? I need to move. I need to change. You know, examples are something that we're supposed to follow. Okay? That's what I am. I'm an example. As a leader, leads by example. Not by what we say, by what we do. People can talk all day long about love, but it's demonstrated by what you do. I was telling Kim the other day when she came to me and we got on her about something that she shouldn't have done. And she comes back and she says, Mimi, I'm never going. I said, I don't want to hear what you're never going to do. I'd rather see what you're never going to do. Because you can tell me today that I'm never going to do that. And before the week's out, you did it already. I said, I've heard so many people make these big promises and these love things. I love you, and I know what I would do without you, and all this stuff. But there's nothing being done. John said, don't love in word only, but in deed, in truth. You got to love all the way around. And love is something that for sure you can see it. You can feel it. You know it's love. So, but if it's not love, it's just talk. It's just talk. My mind goes back a little bit to this with Charles. I remember meeting him when I was 16 years old. And the first time I saw him, I said, I love this man. And my sister said, you don't know what love is. And I said, No, I probably don't, but if I know anything in my life, I love this man. I only saw him one time, but I love him. She kept trying to, she said, Rose, what you're going through is infatuation. I said, no, I ain't infatuated over Jack. This is for real. It lasted. You know why people can't stay together in marriages? They don't really love each other. When you love somebody, you're willing to make sacrifices for them. When you love God, you're willing to make sacrifices for him. But if you don't love him, oh, you're a bunch of talk. That's why he said, these people, they draw nigh to me with their lips, but their heart's far from me. They're not in here. Ain't nothing going on. It's all out here. It's a bunch of talk. But real love comes from the heart. True love. The love that runs from heart to heart and from breast to breast. That's real love. Real love says, I love you more than I love myself. That's a fact. And it's demonstrated every day in the lives of people by what they do. Not by what they say, what I hope, and I did. You're full of it. We need to get up off of it and say, God, put love in my heart. Let me care. You know what? I want to be like Sister Rosa. I don't want to give up no money. You can't be like me. That's all I do is give away money. You can't be like me. That's not happening. Nobody should have to tell you to give, not when you love. Nobody has to ask you. You volunteer. Love is a volunteer thing. It gets in the heart and it drives you. It's compassionate. It feels for you. I don't want you to have pain. If I've had it, I don't want you to have it. No, we step all over that. Treat it like nothing. But he said, you got to deny you. He says, you can't be my disciple. In other words, you can't be saved. If you don't deny yourself, you can't be saved, he said. We're not getting it. One time the Lord told me, he said, Rose, many of my people will be weighed in the balances and found wanting. Wanting what? Because they don't have love. So meaning the scale ain't going to balance out in your favor. Because you don't really love. You talk about it. But you don't really love. Oh, we love to take. It's the nature of man. If anything's going on, give it to me. You can ask for something, I'll give it to me. When we start our program for honoring the homeless, a Sunday out of every month, you have people say, I wish I was home. You're such a selfish person. I just, anywhere I can get to get something. You're sorry. Selfish to the max. You know what? I can preach with such authority because I'm such a giver. Yes. Quit talking a bunch of trash. That's why people get up talking about, I just love my pastor. Sit down. You can show me that. If you don't show it, you're a mouthpiece. That's what you are. But I want to gain something. You know, I'm looking for some return. And sometimes we're in the throne room talking to God about what we want him to do. And God says, you ain't did nothing. You want me to do this for you. You want me to do that for you. What did you do? We are supposed to receive from the hand of God because we sowed seeds. We sow goodness. We sow mercy. We sow things that are good. And then when we go to God, he gives us things that are good. We ain't even sowing. We talk about it. We ain't really sowing. And we don't do it willingly. Who was I telling about that? Today, I think it was. I talked to so many people, I forget who I talked to. Oh, it was Kent. And I said, when they got ready to build the temple, they asked for everybody to bring things for the temple till we have enough to build it. And they brought in silver and gold and all kind of stuff. They brought in so much. They had to say, don't bring nothing else, y'all. I laughed. I said, I'll never see that in my lifetime. Don't bring nothing else. We got everything we need. Oh, I'll be on the streets of gold and they'll still be sitting there looking like, going nowhere. Talking about it, but doing nothing about it. You're not going to get blessed because you talked. Man is full of words. He's full of vanity. I mean, he's vain words. They're empty. They have no real feeling or meaning to them. That's why when people talk to you, say, I can't feel that. I can't feel you. It's empty. I'm just used to saying things. I'm just used to, talking like this. Because why? Because it sounds good. But it's not who you are. It's not who you are. So if I'm going to gain, that's the only person that you can lose something for and gain in return. He said if you seek to save your life, you're going to lose it. You're not going to make it. But if you lose your life for my sake, then you'll find it again. But if you all about you, what I can do, me and Matt had that talk this week when he said, Sister Rose, all that time I was telling myself, well, this is for God. He said it wasn't for God, it was for me. Thank God his eyes open. I said, if you wasn't on that fast, you wouldn't have seen that. He said, I felt like a fool. Yeah. Because now you see the devil's plan is to set you up and use is for the kingdom. It ain't for the kingdom. Man, it's about himself. If your husband go to work every day and make a salary and come home and buy food and everything, this is about him. You say, how can you come up with that? I love my family. You love being said you're a good husband and you're a good provider and all these things. That's what you love. So if I didn't get something from it, it used to me doing, I want some pluses here. Man is full of himself all over the place. So he says, look, you can gain, but you're going to have to lose. That doesn't go with the system of this world. You don't go to Vegas and lose and come out with $1 million. That doesn't happen. But with God, when you come to him, he said, I want you to forget about you. The average person go through all kind of changes on that one. Just think about you. That's all I want to do. You ask me to forget about me? This is what I hear people say. Oh, I was going to do more, but I had this to do. Listen to this. I got you. Hold on a minute. Hold on. When Jesus went to the disciples and they were fishing, he said to them, come with me, I'll make you fishers of men. You will not hear in the word that they were dragging nets out the water going with Jesus. Scripture, they dropped their nets and followed him. What net have you got? What net are you that you got that when he said, follow me, okay, Lord, hang on a minute while I pull up all this net out of the water. There's nothing in it. They ain't got no fish. And so I'm pulling the nets up because he wants us to go with him. He's going to make us fishers of men. Except, who said that? Yes, understand. They didn't say, well, what are we going to do about our nets? I didn't ask you about your nets. I said, come and follow me. Now, if you follow me, you got to leave something. You got to put something on hold. You got to say goodbye to some friends. You don't hang out with unsaved people and then be alarmed when you sin. You don't hang out with the devil and be alarmed when the devil trips you up. You're in his territory. You don't tell him what you're going to do and what you ain't going to do. That's why he told us to come out from among the world. Be ye separate, saith the Lord. Don't touch things that are unclean, and I will receive you. Yes. So, I gotta forget about me every time. When you hear him say that, this is what I hate to hear people say. Everybody that ever got saved, that I ever seen over the years, if you start talking to them about giving, they say, I'm not a stingy person. I said, please bury that lie. You were born stingy. You were born selfish. You were born about you. These people brought this little baby up one Sunday up here. If you remember, it's a little tiny baby. That baby had a will manifesting already. Solomon said they are born speaking lies. I mean, I cry like something is wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Come on in this room. That's what I want you to. They are born about themselves. And I took the baby and I was holding it, trying to kiss it. You say, oh, that's just the baby. Oh, no, you don't understand spirits. I'm thinking, boy, her will is being manifested, and she can't even change her diaper. She can't make her formula. She don't know what's going on, but she's. I said, maybe I better give her back to you. In other words, whoever this is, get me out of her hand. Well, that's okay. I held enough of them anyway. You know, so we don't recognize this early on with our children, but we don't recognize. We say, he's just a baby. He's just that way. No. I saw my babies just as nasty and rude as they wanted to be little, having their way, doing what they want to do. That's why when you say don't do that and you go back and they're doing it, that's their will. Man is born to submit to his own will. He likes that. This is who I am. It takes God in our lives to break it up, make us what he wants us to be, and get rid of all that crap. So listen what he says. Self-denial. Where was I at? Here it is. Self-denial is about self-sacrifice. I got to sacrifice myself. The giving up of one's own interests or wishes in order to help others or to advance a cause. So when it says, I got to be willing to give up one's own interests, only the things that I think about for me, and in order to help somebody else, I have to give up something that's important to me. And that's going to be your test. If you're going to be my disciple, hey, here's number one. And most people flunk it. I don't want to do that. I mean, it's all over the place. To give up what you want so that other people can have what they need or want. I really needed that for myself, but I'm willing to sacrifice that so you can have it. That's what Jesus did. He sacrificed heaven. He sacrificed everything up there with the Father, come to this sin-cursed world and died for us to give us a chance. He gave up everything, not only his life, but heaven. Can you imagine coming out of heaven down here to this mess? But he said, if there's nobody else that can do it, then Father, prepare me a body and I'll go and do it. He left a lot. I think sometimes we don't think about the whole picture. He went to Calvary all right, but he was never separated from his daddy. And now he's going away and he's going to be treated like common dirt. He was a king. And now I'm coming to the earth for your benefit, for to help you. I give that up. How much grace? He said, what manner of love is this that the Father has bestowed upon us? What kind of love is this? Until we get the love of God in our hearts like that, something's seriously wrong with you. I don't call you saved. I don't call you saved. People are saved when the love of God is in here. That's what makes the difference. But if he's not in here, hey, you're talking. He must get in your heart. When he gets in your heart, it makes all the difference in the world. When people change when love gets in here. You see them function different. They do things different when it's in here. But if it ain't in there, you're not going to see much of anything. They'll talk about it. They worship with their lips. But in their heart, the real thing ain't going on. Lord, who shall abide in your tabernacle, David said. He that walketh uprightly and speaketh the truth in his heart. Quit small talking. I want you to know I love you. Stop lying. No, you don't. when I cut my leg and you came over and dropped everything just to somehow stop the blood. Whatever I was doing is not that important right now. Only what I can do to help you. We got to get away from us. Crucify the flesh, die to who you are. You know, man don't mind spending money on himself. He don't mind doing great things for himself. He doesn't mind making himself first. Well, I would have done it. I was talking to some person one time, counselor with him, and said, well, Sister Rose, the reason why I couldn't do that because I, and it continued. Everything was about him. I needed this. I should have done this. I had to go here. I had to make this happen. I said, do you hear yourself? It's all about I. When it becomes about I, it is not about God. So, what I'm going to do? We're only going to gain through loss because we died. We gave it all up. It's not important. It might be something really good, but if I gotta do something, and you know what? I say this while I'm passing it because I feel this spirit in the church sometimes. If I bring up one thing the Lord tells me I want to do something extra, you got folks always feeling like, I thought I don't need you. When the Lord brings something in my heart, I don't need you. If you think I'm waiting on you to say, hey, count me in, forget that one. That's not happening. When I say that, I'm talking about what God's going to do with me to do this. I don't give a hoot if you never join. And then sometimes when they do it out of because it looks bad if I don't. Well, here's a little something on that. It's like, what else are we going to do? I mean, we feeding the folk, we give them lunch. It's like, what else? I hate to deal with people like that. Love says it's never enough. When David was going through his situation, God said, look what I gave you. I gave you all this. I gave you that. I gave this to you. And you know what, David? If that had not been enough, I would have gave you more. God is a God. He's the gift that keeps giving. He went to Calvary. He paid the price. He's the gift that keeps giving. Never stop. It is a known fact that the people of God are in a place of spiritual and natural poverty based upon what they will not do for somebody else beside themselves. This is the God-sent truth. So, how is it that life comes out of death? Listen to that. Where's that at? Life comes from death. That's not normal. So, listen. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it brings forth fruit. You know why you can't win souls? You ain't never died to who you are. You're out here making contacts, don't really want to be here, but I'll go ahead. God, I'm tired. I wish I could go home and get a nap. You such a selfish, self-centered, all about you, how I'm feeling. I know I need to make contact and they go out telling you, would you like to come to church? No, I don't want to go nowhere with you. You look like you don't think you want to go. Ain't no joy, ain't no excitement, ain't no enthusiasm about God. How can that work? You can't convince me that God is real and that he can do this for you and do it when you look like he missed you. No. That's why they make contact with. Well, if you came up to me, I wouldn't go nowhere with you either. I would say, where did you come from? What church are you in? Well, I don't want to go there. Oh, you sound like you're depressed. I'm just out here because we got to make contact. That shouldn't be that way. That should be, I'm going out to win souls. He told me to go in the vineyard. He told me to go in the highways and the hedges. This is something I'm supposed to be doing as a Christian. And this is what I'm supposed to love doing, not out of obligation. And I'll go ahead, Yeah, I'm from Colorado Springs. Don't tell them you're from our church. Oh, they look at you and say, boy, everything I met today was from that church. Look like they just don't want to be here. And the truth is, they don't. That's why they're not effective. That's why they're not successful. Because I really don't want to. That's why they only go one time to say, okay, I did go. The people that have a love of God says, since we know the terror of God, we go and persuade men what they should do. Since we know the terror, since we know the consequences of sin, since we know the wages of sin is death, hey, I got to get out here and help some souls. Go out there, compel them by your life, by your enthusiasm, by your excitement, by your love for God. That's what makes the difference. You don't want to go nowhere with somebody who look like, you want to go down to the park? The first thing you want to say, so what we going down there for? Well, sit in the breeze. The sun's doing me just fine. You don't give me nothing. If you're going to win me to Jesus, you're going to have to show me something. Show me where my life would be different. Just from me talking to you, say, you know what I can tell from just talking to you? Where you at? I can see. Something is different about you. Before I ever said it. You got so many messed up Christians. They're really not Christians. They're so-called Christians. That's what they call themselves. But if you get down to the word and look in the word, you say, they're not Christians. You're not. I listened to Joyce Meyer one time said, and God didn't tell her this anyway, she's such a liar. And she says, the Lord told me to give this lady a pair of earrings. You got millions of dollars. Could you give me $1 million? It's a whole lot better than a rotten earring swinging from my ear. What is that supposed to do for me? Nothing. If you're going to give me something, honey, real something. I may not even like earrings. The Lord told me to give her a pair of earrings. And then she went and started looking in her chest, her jewelry chest, and she just couldn't see which one she could give away. And she said to the Lord, come on here, Lord, let's get this thing on the road. What must I do? I thought you're so rotten stingy. A little pair of earrings got you in the game. Give me a break. A little pair of earrings, you think you did something big. God ain't told you no such a lie. Our life consists of more than an earring. You come to me and ask me, say, would you like to have these earrings $1,000, $2,000? They ain't gonna reach for that little earring. I don't care if it's big enough to hang a monkey in. I don't want it. That stuff is over the top. You're talking about, and I was sitting there, I thought, your worth is over $100 million a year. That's a lot of money. And you talking about a cotton picking earring. That's all God told you to do. You are such a rotten liar. He ain't told you no such thing. Come up to me with an earring when I'm hungry. I need some food. I don't have a coat to wear. It's cold outside. I'm not looking for an earring. I'm looking for something better. Expecting something. Listen. Jesus said unto him, to the rich man, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, give it to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. Give all your riches to the poor. He said, oh, he done lost it. You the one came and said, what can I do to be saved? She said, go sell out, get rid of everything, feed the poor, give them everything. The scripture says he went away sorrowful. Like, I'm not giving up all my money. You're going to leave it one day anyway. And Solomon said, you don't know if a wise man or a fool going to spend it. You're around here saving, investing. Anything you invest into this life, the moth and rust and everything else gets into it. Meaning, it may not work anyway. It's going to be eaten up some way or another. We just hoard stuff. You seen them hoarders on TV? All this furniture and crap, and you can't even get in the house. That's why people hoard things that they could help somebody with. You got 5 dozen towels, give somebody, give away some towels. Let me see which one. Let me see which one. Let's reach in and get it. Here it is. It is amazing to me. I never cease to be amazed. And I'm asking, you don't even want to do nothing? You don't have a feeling I'd like to just change somebody's life today? Do something that will lift people, make them feel better. You know why your life is so cluttered and messed up? You never help nobody to unclutter theirs. While you're busy doing theirs, God will do yours. That's right. It's true. I don't care whether you like this. Your name, Angel? Angela? Take as much pleasure in this as you would if you had everything that you lost back. Take that kind of pleasure in this. The only way I get a change in my life is that I begin to get involved in yours. The only way my burden becomes lighter when I get up under yours. The only way I'm going to feel 100% right is when I help you to feel right. So I'm coming to you, trying my best to give you what I think that'll help you. And I just start feeling better. I may go home with less. God, the feeling I got from it. Boy, I feel good. Do this feel good? Oh, my God. Yes. This feels good. I'm loving doing it. When this kind of message come forth, the people who don't want to hear it always look like this. I got you, baby. You all over the radar. You ain't even begin to cover up. Sitting there trying to look spiritual. I'm spiritual, but don't ask me to help nobody. All of a sudden, their spirituality is just, God told me, honey. I was praying about it. Don't pray about me when I need some beans and potatoes. Have a prayer meeting after you give it to me. Self-sacrificing is an investment into the kingdom on your behalf. So the scripture says, and everyone that hath forsaken houses, brethren, sisters, father, mother, wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. God said, if you give up everything for me, you're going to inherit 100-fold. You're going to get more than you gave up. That's the only person that gives you more, who gives you a good return. When you sacrifice everything, he comes in and do what he needs to do. Okay? Humility leads to exaltation. So if I humble myself, then God will exalt me. You want to go to a spiritual place, you're not going there. You think God going to put up with your nasty little haughty self? No. I made a call to this girl today. When I tell you nasty, how is it? Then the church, I just want to be, you call on the phone, who are you? Just nasty. Rude. I just came down with the axe of truth. Here it is, baby. And the church just cried. You know what I found out? Tears don't mean people are humble. Some of the haughtiest, nastiest people on this planet can shed a tear in a moment. I found that out years ago. They say he's such a humble person. He's just weeping him in, weep and beat your brains out. That ain't got nothing to do with humility. I thought it would be like Sister Rose. You ain't gonna be like me. I wouldn't beat you for nothing. You. I don't even know how anybody lives with you. Your kids ought to run every day. Hey, here she comes. Let's run. You know what the problem is? A hate for truth. boy, you despise the word. You're never happy. Just don't bother me. I'm happy serving God, loving him with all my heart, but don't dare tell me I'm wrong about something. Oh, you're not going to make it with God. No, I must be a disciple of humility. Humble people don't fight you on truth. Humble people say, okay, that's right. Thank you for telling me that. They don't get upset about it. I said the truth the other night in the office, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, let's keep coming back with truth. The only way I don't come back to you with truth is that you get out of here. And if you keep fighting it, I'm going to help you out. Let's do what we need to do. You say you want to be saved, this is what we got to do. We got to love each other, love people. Reach out, touch people's lives, care about people. Get into the heart of their pain. I'm amazed what they call God. Are you kidding me? You ever seen people you talk to and they say, hi, how are you? Fine, how are you? Meet them outside the church. Hey, what is it? Change like the weather. The Bible said don't have no dealings with people that are subject to change. Because you don't know if you're going to run into Jenny, Lucy, Ellen. You seen that commercial on TV where it's Liberty Mutual. And you seen that? That's a good commercial. He doesn't like his brother's wife at all. So he comes out in her coat. He's babysitting the kids. And he says, hey, and he hits his brother's hand. And he turns around, looks at the wife and says, Ellen. Like I got to speak to you because it's going to look bad if I don't. Ellen. I taped that commercial just to rerun it and laugh at it. That's the way church people are. I mean, they don't like you and they don't care if you know it. Ellen. I'm going to start using that on people in the church when they're in a mood and change. Ellen. So you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the best commercial I've ever seen. It so shows the human nature. I don't like you. Give my brother a high five. Ellen. I mean, it's obvious I don't like you. You seen the other one where the boys had the wreck. And his mom and dad's in the bed, and he comes in. And he says, you guys, I had a little meager fender bender going through a very narrow drive-in. And the parents are like this. Where are you going? But you know, you don't have to worry. I've been in touch with our insurance agent. I've got it all set up. I got everything fixed. You don't have to. It was very smart of you guys to get this, what have you. And they still looking like this. And pretty soon they say, 4 weeks without the car. He said, okay. I've been looking for him. I ain't seen him for a while. If he comes back on, I'm going to tape him because I love him. So that's why some people are. Here they come in. They got a story all ready for you when they come in. Sister Rose, this is what happened. We went down the street here, and over here we was talking about something. I said, I don't want to hear nothing that you did right. Let's deal with what you did wrong. I don't want to tell you how many right things they did. We're talking about the wrong. So let's go to the wrong. No, we don't want to deal with that. You're going to deal with it. That's why I got so many enemies. And you know what? I kind of like it. It doesn't bother me. It's like, hey, you didn't like that, did you? I could tell. I could tell you didn't like it. Yeah. Looking funny. You can't say nothing because when I get through, it's so much truth on the table, you can't even look under the table or the closet and find a lie to fix that one. That's what they don't like. God's going to tell you something, honey, let it be something good. Well, when you get good, he'll speak good for you. As long as you crazy, he'll tell you crazy things. I said, Sister Rose don't even care about people. You're a liar. That's why I tell you the truth, because I care about you. See? Paul said, I just count everything lost that I might have God, and he got more spiritual things. He didn't care about the natural anymore. You don't care about the natural, you get the spiritual. As long as you're focused on the natural, you'll never become spiritual. That's not going to happen. If you give up your life, rest assured you're going to find it again. Paul said, verily I say unto you, I've read that already, therefore we are buried with him by baptism unto death, that like as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life. I've been buried with him in baptism. Nobody should go to water baptism and ask to be baptized when you're not even saved. That's symbolic that I have given up my sins, buried them, and come up a new creature. Otherwise, you got no business going in the water. Yes, a dry devil going down, coming up wet. That won't work. For we which live are always delivered unto death for Jesus' sake, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. No preacher can be a good minister and minister to your needs without experiencing death of himself, that he might bring life to you. I can't help you if I'm messed up in mess that you're messed up in. I got to be dead to Rose. She don't live no more. Why? Because the Spirit of God needs the space to flow. He needs the space to flow. So I can't afford not to die. I don't deal with the things you deal with. I once did. I don't know no more. Long time ago, I gave that crap up. You see it's ugly? Lord, take this crap out of me. Quit lying about it. See, I'm a messed up person. I ain't no nice person. Walking around talking about, I'm a nice person. You don't even know what nice is. You suck. In the worst kind of way, and you around here trying to paint a nice picture. Put that paintbrush down and throw that stuff in the garbage. That's not you. You ain't got no hair, but you got long locks on a picture. That's not you. And this is me. That ain't you. And then get mad with the photographer and say, look at this picture. I don't even look like me. That is you. You thought you looked better. Till you stood back and the photographer gave you the paper, gave you the picture, said, here's it. They need to do something about that picture. No, you need to do something about you. Change the picture. You change it. So you know what? I need to fall in love with God that nothing in this world matters. Look at what Scripture says. Let no man seek his own, but every man another one's wealth. I'm not seeking to have all the money. I'm seeking that God may bless you with some. No, I want it myself. Always want something. I bet you when we passed that $1,000 on Sunday morning out to the store, somebody knew, honey, I wish that was me. I'm glad it ain't you. You didn't deserve it. When you covet it, I wish it was me. You don't even deserve $1,000. What are you talking about? Yeah, I thought, sure, that's the only reason I came. I thought maybe I'll win that $1,000. God said, I ain't going to give you jack. And you don't deserve it. We always want what somebody else got. I'd like to have her gift to sing. Why? I want to sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. I don't have to worry about all this other stuff. I'm singing for all these things. Anisha said to me the other day, Anisha can't sing a lick. And we was at home. She was helping me to disrobe after church. And she said, wait, Mama, be quiet for a minute. Girl, you ain't heard bad singing like that in your life. And you know what she said? My voice is not quite right. It's never going to be right. You can't sing. See? You can clear your throat, do anything you want. At the end of the day, you can't sing. I get so tickled sometimes. She be just so trying to sing. God didn't give it to you, sweetie. Lisa rode with her one time in the car. She was playing a song in the car, and so Lisa was laughing at Nisi. She's trying to sing with her, and she looked over, and the tears was pouring down Nisi's face. She said, "She's serious. She sounds like a dead, I don't know what, but the girl is serious. Singing anyway. You can make that noise to the Lord. He'll never push you out. That's why he said, make a joyful noise. Get happy. Make a joyful noise. I won't sing your way. I'll listen to you. Because if it comes from the heart, it's a beautiful song. You don't have to sing well to sing to him. Just please do it in private. Yes. It's okay. But now look at your life and say, okay, where do I go from here? Where do I change things? You can change it by denying you, getting rid of you. And every time she stand up and say, well, what are you going to do about this? It's always about you, so I'm going to do whatever I need to do. Get out of my face. See? I've got to be willing to give it up so somebody else will have it. If the church needs it, I'm willing to sacrifice to give it. You're going to get that back. But sit up and say, I gave that to the church, never did get nothing back. You didn't want to give it anyway. You didn't want to give it. God ain't lied to you. He said if you sow it out, you'll reap it. If you give sparingly, stingily, you're going to get stingy back. You wonder why somebody walked in church and gave you a little tiny gift about this big. That's all you put out there. The people that come in with the great big box, they say, I bought you something. That's the person who's given something. But otherwise, just crap. We always want more for ourselves. See? So I want to get rid of. It's all about your interest, about your need, about your sacrifice. What I do for me. I don't mind sacrificing a little bit for myself. But I don't want to lose anything. And you know what? A lot of people never get blessed because they're constantly talking about what I didn't even see a blessing from it. You didn't want to do it. God blesses what? A cheerful giver. Somebody that's thrilled to death. Excited. You want to get me excited? It's all about what I can do for somebody. What can I do? I was at home today thinking, God, give me all the things that I need to do for our homeless people so that their self-worth will come back. Our society so strips them of their self-worth till they feel like they don't have any value. Somehow through this servant, would you please give me what to do? That when we recognize them, they'll realize, hey, I am worth something. We can send them away better than they came. And you can say you may have felt like you was nothing, but we're going to show you how important you are. How important you are. Paul said, I just got rid of everything. Some people want to, they're going to die for you till it come time to die. They change it. Leave everything you got. What net are you trying to carry with you? Get rid of it. That could be your career. That could be your family, your life's dreams, your ambition, friendships, plans. You got to leave all of it. It's okay. You're not going to be left alone. You ain't going to be by yourself, because how can a God that be this big come into your life and take complete control of your life and you feel empty? Oh, no, that doesn't happen. He fills up the void. We get voids in our life from different things that we've lost in life. He fills that up. He'll do it for you if you let him. Quit stewing over what my family did and what my friends did and what this person did. Quit stewing over that. He'll fill your life. He knows the pain. He knows the disappointment. Move on. We're whining years later over the cup of milk that you can't get up. It's gone. It's dried up. That was good milk. Buy some more. Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you? I was just thinking the day back when I was a kid. Go on, you're grown. Be happy. It's a great life. Always a beautiful life. Just make up in your mind what you're going to do. I am going to quit thinking about me. You, you know what? People got blocks in their life. The reason why God can't get through to the blessing. I told the church this a long time ago. I tell you this again. Giving is a channel through which God channels blessings to us. That's natural and spiritual. A preacher in Dallas, Texas said the Lord showed him this huge pipe. And he said, see this pipe? That's a channel through which I send blessings to my people. Now, if they stop that pipe up, I can't get through. So if you're not getting blessed, he can't get through. Examine yourself. You don't have to examine God. He already told you what he would do, and he will do it. So I'm clogging up everything because I'm nasty, I'm rude, I'm just messed up. Now the people that want to be saved, no matter what I tell them, they're going to say, thank you so much. But the nasty joker, every time I think about nasty, I think, how can you get all that filth in you? Get it out. I told a lady in the church, I said, best way disposal. Wouldn't have enough trucks to get rid of that crap in you. Full of mess. This feeling, this thought, this thing, that thing. Get rid of all that stuff. Ain't nothing like being clean in your heart, in your spirit. No matter what happens, God, you just feel so good. I'm free. Matt says he's at my house every day. Come in there just as tense and balled up in a knot and slopping up stuff and want to hurry up and get out. You say, you forgot to put the extension cord on that. He's full of him. I come out of my room, I said, let me talk to you for a minute. And he sat there. When I got through talking to him, he took it. He said, every day he comes back and says, thank you. He tell you how free I feel. You ain't free because of you. While you lying to yourself, telling you doing all this thing for God. It's not true. Well, how much of it is just for you? Some people want to gift different spiritual gifts, not because they can help people, but because people can say, well, praise the Lord. Oh, so beautiful. I want to be able to sing like a mockingbird. Forget it. God said, I can't let you sing like anything. You'll be all full of yourself. I told you about that woman that came to Germany. I'll never forget her. She could sing. She got up there thinking about the love of Jesus is a bubbling over, bubbling over, bubbling over. I say the love of Jesus, bubbling over, bubbling over. What makes it worse? She turns her rear end around to the church and say, I say he's bubbling, the bubbling. I'm sitting there thinking, what? I am so shocked. You turn your rear end around and move it from side to side, and it's a bubble and a bubble and a bubble. I thought, wow. Some people just want to be able to get up here and put on a show for singing. So if I want songs. If you can't even sing good, give me a song, and the Holy Ghost anointed, it'll bless my spirit. And you have a voice that's just unbelievable, and you full of you. Because this is what I do. The Lord gave me this gift. Don't go up to them and tell them how good they say. It's the Lord, honey. It's the Lord. They ain't even thinking about God. None whatsoever. This evening, if you're sitting here and say, you know what, Sister Rose? Boy, I wish I could be free. It's not difficult. You just got to want to be. And you got to do whatever it takes to be free, whatever that is. It's not hard. I've been free for 51 years, and you know what? I thank God. I'm not walking around with no weights. Peculiar, strange. Okay, get a song. If God builds the city, maybe y'all can play that. And give me that. Now listen to this. This is a song. Yeah. That sounds better.
Listen to what some people say. I turned back long ago. They said I'd never see it through. I never make it, I was told. But in knowing whom I trusted, He is my dearest friend. I never turn back or retreat. I stand firm to the end.